Well, drive on, mama, and papas too. Andrea TV here from driveonmama.com, and I am going to document my $400 day. Just started out 7:57 a.m. There is a peak pay going on till 8 a.m. So I just took this order before peak pay was over. $8.25 going to Burger King for a total of 2 miles. Don't know how long it's going to take and don't know for sure if I'm going to make it, but we're going to try. Let's go. Okay, time is now 8:03 a.m. We just arrived in front of Burger King and we are illegally parked because we are on Connecticut Avenue and the parking does not start until I believe 9:30 when you can park here, even though I'm sitting right in front of the meter. So I'm risking a ticket. Some of the dangerous games Doordash, Uber Eats drivers play, but we're gonna go in and get our order. Well, they're not gonna start it till we get in. That's one of the reasons why I would normally deny this order, but because of a $4 peak pay, I accepted it. Okay, just dropped off. Time is currently 8:21 a.m. and I was incorrect. It was a $3 peak pay up until 8 a.m. So now we are in a $1 peak pay from 8 to 10 a.m. in Upper Northwest DC. Okay, time is currently 8:44 a.m. Just accepted our next 2 orders. It is a McDonald's for DoorDash going 0.7 miles for $6.25. Right now there is a $1 peak pay from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in this market, Upper Northwest DC. And while we were waiting on the order, because this McDonald's is usually a little slow, we also accepted a Starbucks on Uber Eats going 0.9 miles, and that is for $5.60. And we're gonna go get both. Starbucks is like a block away, 2 blocks away from McDonald's. Both of them are less than a mile. We're gonna do both. Okay, time is now 8:53. We had a change of plans. I forgot, I usually drive at night, so I forget what traffic really looks like in the mornings. So Wisconsin Avenue, they have construction going on. So it would have taken forever to get to that Starbucks on Wisconsin Avenue. And I didn't want to risk making the DoorDash late or getting a contract violation. So we have dropped off the DoorDash and now we are going to get our Starbucks. Okay, 8:58 a.m. We are still on our way to Starbucks. Received an add-on from Uber Eats, $10.80 for an additional 1 point something miles. So that's why I usually do not click start delivery even once I have it until I'm actually going to be pulling off. So if I had taken both at the same time, meaning picked up both, since they're very close to each other, the McDonald's and the Starbucks, I would have still delivered the DoorDash first, and I would not have clicked start delivery on the Uber Eats until I had finished dropping off the DoorDash. That leaves me open to accept or get an additional add-on from Uber Eats, and I try to keep all of my pickups and deliveries within 2 miles of each other, so it's never, not never. When I do that, which is most of the time, it doesn't take more than 5 to 7 to 9 minutes to either pick up or drop off either the food or from the customer back to the restaurant. So these are just some tips that I use to maximize my time and my... So we have arrived at the Starbucks. It is now 9:02. The add-on most likely just came in and is not ready, but I will go in just in case it is. And I did pause DoorDash because no matter how good the offer they're going to send me, I'm not going to be able to accept it because it would be too much time, even though both drop-offs would be within 2 miles or so. So I paused DoorDash and we are going to get our Starbucks. I attempted this $400 day last Friday. Fridays are the biggest peak pays and the most orders in my market. And I went the whole day, miscalculated before I went home at 2 a.m. and I was at $392.68. So we're going to try this again for one last time. Time is currently 9:15 a.m. Just finished the first drop off. It was one small Starbucks bag, and now we are on our way to the second drop off. The second order, the add-on, was for 2 bags of drinks and 1 bag of food, and it was offered at $10.80. So there is a chance that it may go up, and it may be a hidden tip. And as usual with my Uber Eats orders, I add my little stickers. You can find the link below. Yes, I am an affiliate of many products. I'm doing this for money, not for fun. These little stickers I got from Amazon. They come from China, so it takes about 3 weeks to get here. But I wrote, every sticker that I put on the bag says, "Thank you for your order. I appreciate you. Your delivery driver, Andre TV." I find that that increases my tips. Some people say that that's not necessarily true, and Uber Eats hides tips just as much as Doordash, but I've been doing this, adding the stickers since Christmas time, and it doesn't do it on every order, and it really doesn't do it on lunch orders really a lot at all, but on dinner and nighttime orders, when people are relaxed and at home and have finished their outings for the night and are in a good mood, I have seen an average of 1 or 2 orders out of 10 increase considerably, and some just a little bit, but every little bit counts, right? So we're going to drop this off. It is going to a medical facility, so I guess everybody for the office ordered, and it is 1.4 miles from the first customer's drop off. I have also invested in a catering bag. Now, the first customer who had her 1 bag of food, it was in this smaller catering bag. They come in sets of 2, but then this large one can actually be a pizza bag also. It can hold up to 6 18-inch pizzas, but it has the 3 bags of Starbucks in it as well. So I won't be walking into this place with the bags loose in my hand. Starbucks has been known to not pack them weight appropriate, and I'm not gonna stand there and like, oops, and they spilled, and sorry, gotta go back to the store. So it looks more professional. It's an investment in my business. It's tax write-offable, and we are here now to find a place to park. Okay, just came back to my home base Mickey D's in order to have a restroom break, and also to get me a sugar-free iced vanilla coffee, and got a Uber Eats for $6.88 for 0.7 miles. And right before I hit record, got a McDonald's on Doordash for $7.25, 1.3. We have taken both. Now let's go wait. Well, this is a first. They must be having some type of delivery, free delivery for today. Because, and I think because of my hair color, they asked me to take a picture for their wall. I hope it's just for today. I received this free McDonald's bag that says McMuffin to Big Mac delivered to your door, and I'm a delivery driver, and it has Uber Eats on it, and I was picking up Uber Eats and a DoorDash, and they gave me a 2-pack of cookies. Yeah, 2 cookies, and on the 2 cookies, it has their heart. It's Appreciation Day. On behalf of our McDonald's team, thank you for choosing us today. We sincerely hope you enjoy your meal. Today, we've covered your delivery fee to show appreciation for your business. We look forward to, and then it says International Golden Foods LLC. I guess that's their corporate name for this franchise. And the manager on duty in the morning, her name is Andrea too. So now we're going to drop off. We are going to drop off the Uber Eats first because it's only 0.7 miles, and we received that order first. And the second one is only 1 point whatever, so we will do that one second, and we're off. Okay, 9:58 a.m. Just dropped off the Uber Eats, DoorDash, the Uber Eats McDonald's to the customer, the $6 and change for the 0.7 miles, and it's going in the same direction. So now we're on our way to the DoorDash drop off, and we're only 0.6 miles or 2 minutes away from them. As I pulled off from the customer's location, Uber Eats sent me my next order. It is also $6 and change, going back to that Starbucks. Continue on with 1 point something miles, and we're going to do this drop off first and then go back to Starbucks. So it is now 10:18 a.m. Just dropped off that last Uber Eats. And we are leaving the upper northwest zone for Doordash. Uber Eats again has no zone. Their $1 peak pay is over, so now there's no peak pay on either platform. And we have all three apps going. That's Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Instacart. And whoever gives us the best offer first, that's the one we're taking. So let's go to the Bethesda zone. It's 11:05 a.m. It was a bit of a lull. Was on the phone talking to my husband a bit, made a doctor's appointment, and just picked up our next offer. Chipotle, $6.28, going a total of 1.4 miles. We have the food. What's interesting, they didn't open till 10:45. I got the order right at 10:45 and tried to go in, but their doors were locked and they were working with a screwdriver. We could see them, but something was going on. And they hadn't started any orders. My order, it was requested by the merchant, so when I gave her the name, she still didn't see it, had to go to the back, print it out, then make it, and now we're on our way. Time is now 11:28 a.m., and I will not forget this address because I will not be delivering here anymore. This is an office building. There's a Starbucks on the main level that I usually go to. Not usually, I've been there several times, but it was a delivery to someone in the office buildings. It's a lot of, businesses, medical offices. So I turned in. You have to park. There's no parking on the street to get to the building. And I get a ticket. The person mentions nothing about having to pay for parking or needing to park in order to get to the office building. And because they have very narrow entrances, and there was no parking on the first two levels, and I had to go to the third level with my minivan. And there's a line to check out when you get back down the narrow 3-level parking garage. I was at 19 minutes instead of 15 minutes. 15 minutes and under is free. 19 minutes, you pay $4 for the 15 minutes and 1 second up to 1 hour charge. It will be a write-off, but I will not be delivering there anymore. Let's go back to the app. And just so you have the math right, because I calculated it, it was a $6.28, 1.4 mile Chipotle DoorDash. That cost me $4 to park for 19 minutes, to find parking, to go into their building and deliver it to their seat in their office. Okay, time is now 11:37 a.m. and we accepted our next offer. It is a batch delivery from Uber Eats, picking up at Panera for both customers and then delivering to them. We have it legally parked and now we're going to get our Panera. Oh, and we have paused DoorDash because when I'm doing a stack, I do not attempt to do a third, at least during the daytime anyway. And I was getting flooded with orders for Chick-fil-A. You can see Chick-fil-A is right next to Panera, but during lunch hours and dinner hours, they are terrible with timing. Okay, it's 11:44 a.m. We have both orders and we're already 1 minute away from the first drop-off. This customer is actually right close to the McDonald's where we stay at. I like to stay in this little 1.5 mile radius, and a mosquito got me already. Gosh. 12:04 p.m. just dropped off. The traffic in upper northwest DC is second only to the worst traffic, which is downtown DC. So it took us that long to drop off the second customer's order. All of that for 2.8 miles, and we're waiting on our next day. We were still driving on our way back to the Bethesda zone for DoorDash. Received a $6.75, 1.8 Chipotle. The only thing is 12:11 p.m. right now, and Chipotle can get very backed up and can keep you waiting. Up to 20 minutes is my max when I left before. So we'll see how it's going. We'll give it 5 good minutes. We'll see if they're going to tell us it's coming before we make a decision on whether we're going to keep it. But we're off to Chipotle. It is now 12:14. We are about 2 blocks away from the restaurant, and DoorDash sent us an add-on, an additional $5 for an additional 0.6 miles, which we did accept. The first order was an order from the merchant, so I don't know for sure if that $6.75 will be the final pay, but almost every time I've gotten one that was from the merchant, there was no hidden tip on it at all. But the $5 one is most likely will not be a hidden tip also. because in my market, $2.75 is the base pay, but when they give you an add-on, they reduce it by 75 cents. So that order should have been, or would have been, $5.75 if it wasn't an add-on. I have never seen a hidden tip on anything below $6.75 in my market. Once you get the $4 on top of the base, that's when they start hiding the tips above that amount. So that's a $5.75 order, even though I'm going to be getting $5 for it. But I did take it because it's a half a mile, and we're going. It is now 12:49 p.m. Just took our next order. We're going to Chick-fil-A at 12:49 p.m. We'll see if we're going to keep it. It is for $7.25, going a total of 1.8 miles. We are literally 2 blocks from Chick-fil-A right now. So we're going to see what the lobby looks like and how quickly they're calling Doordash and Uber Eats. And if it's too slow, we will drop it or unassign and get another or a different one. They did send us a couple of batches, 2 different pickups, 2 different drop-offs, and no, it's lunchtime. The last one sent was Chipotle and Popeyes. You've seen how long that last Chipotle took to get. And Popeyes, not only is it slow, when they run out of chicken and make more, it can take up to 20 minutes. And they make you make your own drinks. So for all of those reasons, I denied those batches. And even though it was 3.3 miles. But we're going to see if we're going to keep this Chick-fil-A. So it is 1:14 p.m. That order did have a hidden tip. So that $7.25 turned into $10.25. Thank you, customer. And right now their drop-off, that customer's home, is kind of close to a local seafood restaurant. So I'm going to go there for 5 minutes to see if we can pick something up. So it is now 1:50 p.m. Did not get anything at the seafood restaurant. Decided to take that time to eat my lunch in the car and drove back to the avenue, Wisconsin Avenue. Denied about 2 dozen Chick-fil-A's, and they paused me twice. Uber Eats was very silent. Once I got closer to the avenue, they started sending me no tip orders. But we just accepted our next order to District Taco, 2.9 miles for $6.75, and we're going. So this is just to give you an idea of the layout for when I say I'm going down to the avenue. It's about, I'd say, half a mile to 1 mile stretch. Either way, you're going to have at least 5 to 10 restaurants. So District Taco is on the corner here. Next to it you have Soul Spice, then Roaming Rooster. You see where this CVS is? On the other side of that, that's the block that contains that contains Chick-fil-A, Panera, Chick-fil-A, Panera, and Guapo's Mexican restaurant, as well as thank you, as well as, what else is there? Robex.
Proceed to the route.
And then behind me is Bandit Taco on that corner. And yeah, so that's the avenue. And then at night, late at night, it's only a couple of spots open. So that would be McDonald's, which is about 3/4 of a mile down this road. And Surfside, which is another taco place. And that's about it. 7-Eleven and Wawa, and I don't prefer to go to those because that's not real food, and I find that people who order from those places don't really appreciate the service of Doordash and Uber Eats and tip accordingly, if that makes sense. So I try not to go there. The McDonald's is what I stick with. Plus they throw on peak pays and bonuses the later it gets. And even though they're slow, they're consistent and they get a lot of orders. So we're going to pick up our District Taco. Okay, we just picked up our Doordash District Taco. Did also just pick up an Uber Eats going to Five Guys, and it's 1.2 miles, but it's off, the drop-off is on Wisconsin Avenue, and it is going in the opposite way. So District Taco is going towards Chevy Chase Bethesda, and this Five Guys I'm going to get right now is going further into upper Northwest DC. But since it's on the same block that I'm crossing the street now, we are talking about 5 to 7 minutes for the drop-off. and then we will go and do the DoorDash. Okay, I changed the order because the customer who was the Five Guys, their address, like I said, was on Wisconsin Avenue and Cross Street, and there's construction on Wisconsin Avenue, and I didn't want to risk a contract violation for the DoorDash. So I dropped off the DoorDash and I went back in to hit start delivery on Uber Eats. And do you know how they send you an order right when you're about to check something and you accept it? Well, I accepted a second order, making it a batch on Uber Eats. Only thing is, I don't know where it's going. I don't know the mileage. I just saw $8.46. Not that that's why I clicked on it. I was already clicking for me to go to start delivery, but I don't know how far it's gonna go. So my dilemma is, do I cancel the add-on after I'm sure they have sent the first customer update as to why it's delayed and letting them know it's on the way? And then the second person, they'll have to reassign it, and I will get another cancellation. My cancellation rate on Uber Eats is about 4% right now. Or do I pick up the second Five Guys, because essentially I'm on Wisconsin Avenue now, so I am still going towards the customer's home or business, I don't know. But I'd have to stop and they'd have to make more fries for the new person. Oh, and my daughter gets out of school at 2:30. It's 2:24. Okay, it is now 2:43 p.m. I did take the add-on for Five Guys, and lucky me, the second drop-off is 0.3 miles away from the first customer. It is now 2:43. My daughter got out 2:30, but she hasn't called me yet, so that means that she is probably not back yet. They had a trip before they go on spring break, and even if she was back, the second drop-off is right around the corner from her school. So I don't work in my home zone at all. I actually drive to Upper Northwest DC to take her to school, private school, and then I start working there. So we're going to drop off the second and then go get the kitty kids, and then we're going to take her home and come back for the evening dinner. So it is 2:53. The customer was waiting. It was handed to me, or you have to swipe delivered. He was waiting when I got there. His house was on the corner. Double parked, put on my hazards, gave him his food, and right now we are on the corner of my daughter's school. She is in middle school. She's not a little girl, not a baby, and the school gives you a half-hour grace before they would send them to the library, which is the middle school's aftercare if the parent can't come within a half hour of dismissal. But she didn't call me, so they're probably late, or she's just enjoying the weather and chatting with her friends who also have parents who come a few minutes late. But I will give you my totals when I come back down tonight. I am just dropping her off and coming back because there is no practice for softball tonight, or it would be like 8:30, 9 o'clock when I came back down. But I should be back down 4:30, and we'll continue on our $400 day. Yep, they were just getting back. Here she comes. We are back. Drive on, mama. It is 5:10 p.m. Took the kitty kid home, re-upped on snacks and coffee, and we're back on the avenue waiting for our next order. Bethesda has a peak pay going on of $4 till 6 p.m. And then we are ending our dash in Bethesda and going to Upper Northwest, and they have a $4 peak pay, 6 to 8. And it really doesn't matter about which one has the best peak. I prefer working in Bethesda because of the homes and apartments and condos. After you get the order, the parking situation is easier. But after 6 o'clock, there is no peak pay for the rest of the night in Bethesda until like 12 a.m. So that's why we're going to Upper Northwest after that, and we're just waiting on our next order. Okay, 5:17 p.m. We just accepted our first order. We are going to McDonald's. Now, people don't really start ordering dinner good until about 6 o'clock, but there was no order that has come through on DoorDash at all. There are a lot of people who chase peak pay, just so you know, and you got to be prepared to not get any orders if you go to a Pacific zone. Well, we are on our way. It is for $8.60 for a total of 1.9 miles. They are getting 2 items, and let's go get the Mickey D's. Well, drive on, Mama, and Papa's too. Andrea TV here from driveonmama.com, coming to you on a Friday evening. Time is currently 5:19 p.m. We have just accepted our first order for the evening. It is for $8.60, going a total of 1.9 miles. We are going to Mickey D's. We have a great big old ginormous goal for tonight's dinner and nighttime dashing and Uber eating and Instacarting. $267. Let's see if we can do it. Because you know what is the best shift? Dinner shift. Okay, we have our Mickey D's, but I'm still not happy. I was going to accept a Doordash 1075 1.5 miles, but a car that truck behind me almost backed into me as I was pulling in. Missed it by like 5 seconds. But we're going to deliver this Mickey D's, and hopefully we'll get something similar soon. Okay, time is now 5:43 p.m. Picked up the Folina, whatever it's called, fancy restaurant, expensive prices, expecting a hidden tip. We have picked it up, and we are on our way to the customer's home. Now, I already know there was no tip on the McDonald's. It was a $4.25 surge, a supplement, it said trip supplement, and the regular pay. So Uber lost money for him to receive those 2 sandwiches, even though he paid 18 real American dollars to receive them himself. And so it's no tip to take back. I have picked up from this restaurant before, and it is very fancy. When I came in, he said, it's not ready yet, and I will let you know when it is. And sort of eyed for me to go back and stand by the door where you're supposed to be. I read into things. Anyways, I got my order, and we're at 5:48 p.m. I did drop off the McDonald's, and in the notes, the customer had, please bring it to my door. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't go to the lobby. But I've been to that building many times before, and they don't allow you upstairs for any reason, anyone. So I was texting him, oh, I'm so sorry, they don't allow us to go upstairs. I have to leave the food on the white table in the lobby. But when I got there, he was downstairs. I guess he has knowledge of it, or they told him, or what have you, when he called down. And he was a little perturbed. He's like, it cost me $18 to get 2 sandwiches. It was a fillet of fish and a spicy McChicken sandwich. And he said he paid $18. I was like, very sorry. That's how much it cost. But there was no hidden tip. That $8.60 was all Uber Eats. It was a $4.25 surge, a trip supplement, and just the base pay. So usually with orders like that, in situations like that, I'd be worried, oh, I wonder if they're going to reduce the tip or remove the tip. There was no tip to do that for. So that was a no tip I took without knowing. But for $8.60 for less than 2 miles, I'm fine with that. The tipping is because you cannot make the money you need on just the base pay. So if they're willing to give you the additional, I'll take it. And I understood his situation. It looks like he was recently amputated, so I'll pray for him. But we have accepted our next order. It is picking up at a place called Folina, S-F-O-L-I-N-A, something like that. I've already gotten the order because I tried recording this, but my phone is so full of stuff, it was jumping all around. So we have it, and we're in the car. It was for $10.75 for 3 miles in total. 4 items from this fancy restaurant. So I am expecting a hidden tip. Remember, it is a $4 peak pay up until 6. Currently it's 5:50 p.m. If we hurry up and drop this off, we might get one more before the peak pay goes. Okay, we dropped off, and it was a hidden tip. Instead of $10.75, we received $15.25, and that ends our dash. It is now 6:06 p.m. And now we are heading to the upper northwest zone to get some orders over there. Time is now 6:29 p.m. That is how long it took for us to get an order. $10.75, going 2.1 miles, picking up at Surfside, and we are off. So at 6:35, I have the order and I'm on my way. But I've noticed during the highest peak pays, I don't know if it's the additional drivers in the area or it just happens to be my phone glitches during those times, I accepted the order.
At the next light, keep right.
Okay, time is now 6:35 p.m. I have the order and it's in the car. But what I've noticed when it's the highest peak pays, or maybe it's just my phone does it when it's the highest peak pays, it glitches / doesn't give you all of the correct information like it usually does. I accepted that order based on me pinching open the map and seeing cross streets. It didn't tell me the items or the mileage before I hit accept. And it's done that before multiple times during peak pay hours. Like, they don't want you to cherry pick and make the wisest, best decisions for your independent contractor business. But I knew Surfside is a kind of pricey taco place, and it's dinner time, and a lot of places around here, they do serve families meals, meaning that on Friday they order for everyone, not just one person. So I took a chance knowing that it's still going to be within a couple of miles, whether it was one item or many, and it's 5 items. Subtotal on the receipt is 68 and change. So I'm expecting a hidden tip, but even if I don't get it, that's still $10.75 for 2.1 miles. And I'm most likely going to go back to that same area and see if I can get another order. It is much less to choose from during the highest peak pay times. So you have to keep that in mind. If it seems like it's too slow, I'll just end that dash and go back to Bethesda zone. It's no peak pay there, but it really doesn't matter if you know which restaurants to sit by and you know how to choose your orders based on the item count and seeing whether it's going to, like, the difference between a house and an apartment, or where that house is. You can still make good money because people tip well in those areas. So we're on our way. So there was a small hidden tip, was paid $12.75 instead of $10.75. The family was leaving, about to go somewhere. The wife rolled down the window to tell me thank you. The husband took the food at the door. They were getting food for the kids and they were leaving out, so I didn't take a screenshot. If I'm alone, I take a screenshot, not when the people are right there. So we are on our way back towards Surfside. When we were dropping off, Uber Eats did send us an $18.79 for 8.2 miles to Northeast DC. I declined. That is too far. It'll take too long. And I don't take orders from either platform going that many miles, unless it's at the end of the night and it's going towards my home. Then I'll take the orders that are more than 4 miles. Other than that, I try to stay within the 2-mile range. So we're waiting on our next order as we drive back. Hopefully we get something soon. And we've gotten our wish. It is 6:50 p.m. on our way back to Surfside. Just picked up a Chipotle going 2.1 miles in total for $10.61 on Uber Eats. And maybe we'll get a Chipotle while we're in there on Doordash, or they'll stack it, but we're going. Okay, I did get my wish. We received the add-on while we were in there, but it was too loud to, talk about it. $5.31 for an additional 0.8 miles. I have both orders and we are on our way. Okay, we have dropped off the second Chipotle and we have accepted our next offer. We are going to Paragon Thai, $9.25 for a total of 1.3 miles. They did try to send us an add-on for $9.50, going an additional 2.9 miles into Bethesda. I denied that because you have your hot food and then you're going to have ice cream in the car. You're going to drop off the hot food and then drive an additional 15 minutes with the ice cream. It is 71 degrees right now, and no. Plus, those two people are low tippers. Right now, there's a $4 peak pay till 8 o'clock. The hidden tip indicator in my market is $6.75. So any order below $10.75 is someone who tipped $1, $2, $3 or less. So I'm not driving all the way to Bethesda. By then it will be 8 o'clock. I would not get another offer / order at the additional $4 peak pay. Plus I have all of the dead miles driving back because I would be out of my zone. So I denied that, and we're going to get the Paragon Thai. Hopefully we get either an Uber Eats to the same restaurant because they're very popular, or we get an add-on before we leave the restaurant and hit confirm pickup. That's it. Even though it happened earlier today, I just did a cardinal mistake again, picking up that Paragon Thai. While I was in the restaurant, they attempted to send me, well, they did. They sent me an add-on for $10 for an additional 2.9 miles, and I accepted it while standing in the restaurant waiting for them to see who I was there for. That's how busy they were, how many orders were waiting to be checked out. Stood there for about 5 minutes. They gave me the first order, and then she went to check on the second order. About 5 minutes after that, she comes back and says, it's coming. No time frame, just it's coming. And I dropped it. As I'm going the 1.3 miles to this customer's home, right now I'm 400 feet from their home, just got a Uber Eats for $13 and change. And they're sending me an add-on. Hold on. Okay, we denied that add-on. It was for $6.26 for an additional 1.4 miles, but going further into an area where there are no restaurants, so no, that's a lot of dead time coming back. But yeah, don't do that. If you're in a restaurant and they send you an add-on, you're gonna have to wait for that food to be prepared. That's time you could be out doing another order. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, I'm dirty multi-apping. That Paragon tie I dropped off, received the Uber Eats for $13.69 for whatever the mileage was. As I'm picking up the silver for Uber Eats, received a Doordash for Jetties, which was 2 blocks away. Accepted the Jetties. As I am still picking up the silver, Uber Eats sent an add-on for $9.21 to Chipotle. Right now I have 2 out of 3 orders, and I'll let you know how it all turns out. Okay, it is finished. It is 8:27. I left the last customer's home about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And just to confirm, it was 3 orders that I did. Uber Eats, picking up from Silver Diner, while picking up a Jetties from Doordash. Before leaving, another add-on from Uber Eats of Chipotle. So the first Jetties drop-off went smoothly, and then the second drop-off for, okay, we're done with that triplet batch. The first drop-off went okay, well, smoothly. The second one, their house was on a main street, and it is very much busy on a Friday night. The first time I went past it, there is no left turns once you go past it at the next main street. So I had to go like 3/4 of a mile out of the way to get back to that street, to only then again not to be able to turn left into their driveway and have to go to the next main intersection in order to do a U-turn and, go ahead, and I'm driving, in order to do a U-turn and get into their home. They must have been following me on the map, I'm sure, because by the time I walked to her door, well, I couldn't walk to her door. I had to park, 4 or 5 houses back. She was greeting me at the door. But I guess they're used to that by now, living on the street that they do, and maybe that's why the order was so high, even though it wasn't high mileage. Then the second drop-off was in a townhome community, right on the edge of where I wouldn't accept if it was a straight order and they were giving me the mileage from the store, but because it was an add-on and they don't show you the address on Uber Eats add-ons, that's why I took that. So now we are 11 minutes out of our zone, and we have to get back to Upper Northwest so we can continue on our journey to 400. It's 8:30. Time is now 8:38 p.m. We are back on the avenue. Just accepted our first McDonald's for the night. $9.01, I believe, for 1.5 miles, and we're going to pick it up. Still in McDonald's. Before I could even get someone to check on my Uber Eats order, received a Doordash for $7.75 for 0.8 miles. So right now, I believe the pay went down to $2 or $3. So that is somebody who's a very low tipper, maybe $1, maybe $2. I will definitely try to take a screenshot once I deliver this one. But we're going to be waiting now because that one is just going to be prepared now. And the Uber Eats may be ready, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, we dropped off the Doordash first because we don't want any contract violations, and every mile might be different in DC, Bethesda, Potomac. It may take you 5 minutes or it may take you 9 minutes to go 0.8 miles. But this is the second time I delivered to this home. It is like walking up to a compound out of a movie where you're going to see Mexican drug lords go to fighting, and they have the lighting and it's all spacious, and they took $3. But you got to think about it. A lot of times it's not the adults who own the homes who are ordering this. This time the person came out and it was a high school kid. And I remember their house because it looks like a compound in the midst of the city, and their cat runs up to you, meow, as soon as you start walking.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
It was the son ordering the McDonald's that tipped the $3. But we're going to the Uber Eats drop-off now. We'll be there in less than 2 minutes.
At the light.
Okay, it's now 9:07 p.m. Got both orders dropped off, and the first drop-off with the 0.8 miles, they did tip $3, which is not a bad tip at all for 0.8 miles. But what I forget sometimes is a lot of these McDonald's late night orders are coming from children. I delivered to that first house, the Doordash drop off, and I remember it because it was like walking up to a compound. I mean, they have the, yellow golden lighting facing the home, is big and spacious, and as soon as you get out your car, their cat comes meowing and running up to you. I'm not afraid of cats, I just don't like them. And the cat came up. The first time I delivered there, the person didn't come out the house. It was way later than this. It's only 9 o'clock now. This time, the young man came out, and he's like in high school. So, time of day, whatever, doesn't matter. Hey, this is a fair and decent tip, and it is. I'm just used to getting the bigger tips from the late night adults who come home or need something to eat before they go to bed. We'll see what that looks like in a couple of hours. And the second Uber Eats was an absolute no tip. The $9.07. On Uber Eats, it shows you the base pay first right away after you deliver, and then you won't see the tip until up to an hour. Well, the whole $9.07 is right in my account right now. There is no tip, and that was a handed to me. And she looked like she was a high school girl, and she waved me down because their house is on the corner, but it's a little funky because the GPS was saying they were at least 3 houses past where she was waving me down with her cell phone. So I was grateful and appreciative she came out, but that was a $0 tip. And both of them came outside. I don't even know if their parents knew they were getting McDonald's at 9 o'clock at night. Okay, it's now 9:13. Before we could get back to the avenue, received an order from Uber Eats, batched order, $7.68 for 2.4 miles, one pickup at Kava for 2 different customers, and then drop off at what looks like one of the college dorms, and we took it. We have arrived at Kava, and it smells so good. Okay, time is now 9:45 p.m. Just accepted our next offer, $10.46, going for a total of 2.8 miles. It's going towards downtown DC, but it's getting slow, and I'd rather get it done as quickly as possible. So let's go back to Mickey. Well, this is a great night for handed to me's. It was a Uber Eats drop-off deliver, meaning handed to me, and you can only swipe delivered, and it said wait in your car, meet at door, wait in your car, don't leave your vehicle. I was like, oh goodness, this could take a while. But it was someone, I guess they were coming home from work. That's what it looked like. They had on scrubs, and they were standing there waiting. And when I got there, didn't even have to get out the car. It is now 10:06 p.m. and we are on our way back to Mickey. 10:23 p.m. Just accepted our next offer. It is not McDonald's. We are going to the Mayflower Chinese restaurant, and it is a payout of $10.30 for a total of 1.9 miles. We're going and driving into Bethesda, so this should be quick. McDonald's is about not even a full half mile from Mayflower, and we're on our way. We have arrived at the Mayflower. I hope it's ready. Okay, 10:39, just dropped off, and before we got to the drop-off, accepted our next offer, $6.03, going a total of 1.1 miles, going to the ice cream shop. This is my second time going here. You know what the ice cream shop is? It's a gas station that has a freezer with good humor bars and stuff in it. But we're on our way. Okay, incidentally enough, the ice cream shop is a DoorDash / Dasher Direct / Get Upside location. So I'm gonna pump myself some gas while I go get these. Well, I was going to get gas at the ice cream shop because this is the lowest that I've seen between where I live in Maryland and DC. And they have no gas. This person's leaving with nothing. The pumps didn't work. And that person's leaving with nothing because their regular is $3.85. No other gas station is under $4 right now. Yep, and they're sold out. Let me go tell them and get our ice cream. Well, we have our ice cream, and we're leaving with no gas. The only gas they have, they said, is premium. Premium is, what is it? $4.18, which is about the same as the regular gas in my neighborhood. But yeah, I'm not going to fill up for that. I'll wait. It's now 11:17 p.m. Just accepted our next offer. We're back at Mickey D's. $5.75, going 0.9 miles. And things are moving slower than expected for Friday night. So I don't know if this is going to be a $400 day, but we're definitely going to make it a $300. Let's go. Okay, 12:23 a.m. and people must be worn out from St. Patty's Day, so we just accepted our last two offers. We're going back to McDonald's. On Doordash, we got an $8.75 for 1.4 miles, 1.2 miles, and we're going to drop that off first. Also just accepted a $12.76 Uber Eats, going 2.2 miles in total, and that is going to be picked up from Chipotle. After we do these two, I'll definitely be over the 300. We'll go for 400 another day, but we'll go home because tomorrow starts spring baseball. My son's tournament, 2 games, and then a basketball game at 5. So we have a full day ahead of us, and I need some rest. 12:36 a.m. Well, that was a shocker. It was a dorm drop-off, and $8.75 was shown. Right now, it is a $2 peak pay, so that means our base of $6.75 plus $2, that's $8.75. I wasn't expecting any hidden tip, and I think they might have even shown me $6.75 to begin with, but the customer tipped $10. What a wonderful young man. So we still ending on Dash. I ended the Dash after, even though they sent me 2 before I could end it. So now things are picking up. People are coming back from their parties, but it's been too slow for too long, and I've been up for too long too. So I am going home. So we are going to get our pizza bowlies, and that was going into Bethesda. We have to go towards Bethesda and through Bethesda in order to get to the highway to go home. So that will be our last pickup and drop off, and then I will give you our totals for the day. It's late and I'm tired, so I'm making up songs to help keep me awake. So we are on our way to Pizza Bowlies. Pizza Bowlies. Pizza Bowlies. Pizza Bowlies. Yeah, I'm bored. So there are 2 cars already there with their hazards on. So they are jumping tonight. Don't mind that rickety rack. That is the push cart I keep in my car for when I do the Instacart. We have arrived. You see the 2 cars that are picking up, and the one on the far end across the street just did a broken U-turn. They stay open, I believe, till 4, and I've seen it even a little later than that. So yeah, either the food's that good or they're the only ones open. Andrea TV here from DriveOnMama.com, coming to you the next day. It is Saturday and I'm at my son's second game. And you want to know, did we make the $400 total? Dun, 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 dun. We did not, but we came in a strong second. And the goal wasn't only to make the $400. This video will get views for years to come. And what I'm going to do with the monies from earnings from today/yesterday is purchase my pre-licensing course for property and casualty insurance, auto insurance. So if you want to know if I can save you money, just reach out below, AndreaTV.com, and then we can see if we can save you $20, $40, $50 a month on your car insurance. And we all need it working the gig life, right? So I'm adding up the individual totals for DoorDash now. So my DoorDash total came to $155.78. Now let's see what we were able to accomplish on Uber Eats. Mind you, I spent about 13 hours active, meaning I was waiting orders, not actually doing orders for 13 hours in order to achieve this amount. And I did stop in between to handle personal business and to take my child to school and back, prepare dinner. So Uber Eats came to $185.95. But with the affiliate links below, that if you purchase, I get a small commission from, and my auto insurance license, which allows me to be an independent auto insurance agent, I will be making money from this video for years to come. And you can do it too. DriveOnMama.com.